What's going on, everybody? I'm Tank, and this is another episode of Roadie Reactions. In today's reaction video, I am once again going to be checking out a band for the very first time. And there's a couple reasons that I'm doing this reaction. The first reason is because our friend Huffy from our Discord server absolutely loves this band, and she's talked about them all the time for as long as I can remember, and I still haven't gotten around to listening to them. And the second reason is because our friends at Century Media Records recently hit me up and said, hey, you're probably already a fan of this band, but just in case you didn't know, Leprous is putting out a new album at the end of this month, and here's a new single they just released, and we would love for you to check it out. And I think they were surprised when I told them I've never listened to these guys. Now, I have heard their name over the years, a bunch, and I think based on the name, I always assumed that this was like a technical death metal band or something like that. But after telling a couple of our other friends that I was going to do this reaction, they kind of made me think that I totally guessed wrong. I actually don't think this is going to sound anything like I thought it was going to sound like, and that kind of makes me excited, man. I like checking out new stuff and being surprised. So let's just get right into this one. As always, I will link this original music video in the description below. And today, for the very first time ever, I'm going to be checking out Leprous and watching the music video for their brand new single, The Silent Revelation. Let's go! No, not what I was thinking.
The confrontation, the silent revelation, still can't resist.
Listen to the little bit of drum work in the back.
Becoming an addiction, like I'm hung up on affliction, even though
oh my God, hold on, we're going to go back into that. So, I'm always honest with you guys, and right away, it's got a great groove and I enjoy it, and there's a lot of musicality. This is not something I would normally just turn on and listen to on my own, if I'm being honest. However, the musicality of this has got my attention. There's some really, really, really awesome stuff going on. That whole part that we just heard had some really, really light drumming and bass playing going on that was really interesting. And that build, that crescendo into that next part was huge, man. I'm really intrigued to see where this goes because it's already reminding me of a few old things that I used to listen to, and I'm curious to see if it keeps going that way, but let's absorb some more and we'll talk about this in a little bit. Damn. This is fucking cool. This is really fucking cool. I bet a lot of people wouldn't expect, just from me, like I've always said, I like all music if it makes me feel good and I get into it, but metal is my go-to. I used to listen to a lot of stuff like this back in the day. I'm getting some like Minus the Bear vibes, Dredge vibes, stuff like that. And I used to jam those records, man. I'm really digging this. Musicality wise, this is just super cool, man. We've already seen a couple really solid transitions that you get, like the heavier playing like right now to that really light touch and those buildups. I dig that, man, a ton. So gear wise, there's a couple things that I know for sure, and there's some that I don't right now. But let's start on the drummer because I really like the grooves that he's playing. Now with this video, I can't tell what kind of kit he's playing. I can't tell what kind of cymbals he's playing. I haven't seen any noticeable logos on anything, so I'll do a little bit of research. But the one thing that I wanted to bring up that you don't see a ton is that he's got a side snare to his left. So if you're looking at it to your right, you'll see another snare sitting there. And when a lot of the times when a band, more specifically a drummer, has a side snare, it's just for a completely different tone. The drummer that was just out on the last tour I was on did that, where, you know, his main snare was a lot tighter, so it had that really tighter punch. And then his side snare was a little lower tuned, and the snare on it was looser and it was beefier. So you see a lot of drummers that have that in case they just want a completely different sound just for a little bit. Their bass player is playing a Fender P bass, one of the most recognizable basses right away, and it's definitely a Fender based on the headstock. I like the wood grain finish on that one, really awesome. And then their other guitar player is playing a Fender Stratocaster, again, one of the most recognizable guitars that you can spot immediately, and it's really good and versatile for different tones. You see it here and there with a lot of metal, but with stuff like this and a lot of other genres, the Stratocaster is just a Swiss Army knife. You can get so many different tones out of it depending on what you're going for with the pickup selections and stuff like that. So not surprised to see those two instruments in here. However, their other guitar player, I have no idea what he's playing right now. I'm going to get a couple more looks and try and figure it out, but that does not look like something I know, so I might learn something new today. Let's keep going. Is that a cello?
Nails are stuck under my skin. Trying to remove them will just be causing more pain. Even though it's gone, it feels the same in the
Gonna get that build again. Oh man, that's sick. So I just caught the logo underneath of the cymbal. The drummer's definitely using Sabian cymbals. I also saw he's using Vic Firth drumsticks as well. There was a good shot of that. And as far as that guitar player I was talking about, I have no idea what guitar he's playing. And that actually makes me excited because moments like this on this channel where, you know, I'm usually pretty good with gear. When I see something I don't know, I'm going to learn a lot today, especially when I edit this video. So it could be a local guitar company from where they're from. And I just realized I have no idea where this band is from. Century Media, most likely European, but another thing I'll learn. I love this guy's voice. I really do, man. That chorus is so good. And one of the things I'm enjoying about him too is that his movements delivering his vocals are very interesting. They're not like fluid. They're almost very robotic. Like the way he's moving around, it looks like I dig it. It's really unique. I really like it. I also noticed the keyboards in the background they're using. There's a Nord Electro back there, which Nords are usually one of the most popular things you see on the road. You see a lot of Nord stage 2s, 3s, stuff like that. I think that's an Electro 6, which is their newest Nord Electro. And then the other keyboard he was using, I'm going to have to see again. But let's keep going. Oh, those toms sound good. That was a trip. I thought the song was going to end and it went right back into that intro part. That was fucking sick. That was super awesome, man. I'm sold on this band. Let's go talk more about it. Stuff like that, man, I just love because it brings out the music nerd part in me. Like all the music stuff that I learned when I was younger, I get to really listen to all these grooves and all these parts that are just really cool, man. And it kind of brings me back to like being a late teenager again, listening to bands like Minus the Bear and Dredge and stuff like that. Like I really liked this, man. I'm really excited because again, one of the things I always talk about on my channel is I get to discover so much cool music through you guys making suggestions and stuff. And it's awesome, man. It's the coolest thing ever. I also like the way that video was set up because I love videos where I can see the whole band perform. And this was cool. It actually looked like they might have been at like a rehearsal room or a sound stage where they just put up black curtains around everything and set up some floor lighting, because there were a few shots where I saw some hanging lights that would require rigging. So I would assume that they went to like a rehearsal studio or something, or a small venue or something like that to do this. And it's cool. I love the performance videos. I love that I got to see the band and all the gear, man. All around, this was awesome, man. And I'm going to go pre-order this album right now. I've made more pre-orders in the last year than I have like in my entire life, just because I'm finding so many new cool bands. And for anybody out there that already likes this band, again, as a reminder, they have a brand new record coming out called Aphelion, and it releases on August 27th, a few weeks from right now while I'm filming. And if anybody's interested, I'll throw links in the description below, all that stuff like I normally do. And go support these bands if you like them, man. I'm sure they would greatly appreciate it. So thank you guys for watching. And if this is your first time here, feel free to click subscribe. I release new videos all the time. Subscribing is free and it helps my channel out a ton. If you liked this video, I would greatly appreciate the like, as that also helps the channel. But if you disliked it, no big deal, man. Thank you very much for your time. You are free to click dislike if you didn't like it. I'm also on a ton of different social media. I have a Discord server, I have a Twitch, I have a bunch of other stuff. And my handle on all of that is @TankTheTech. And if anybody's interested, I will throw links in the description below as well. Thank you so much once again for watching. I will be back very soon with another episode of Roadie Reactions.